everyone, today I'll be reviewing Netflix original movie that dropped today. It's called Choose or Die and it is starring Isa Butterfield, Lola Evans, and this movie is directed by Toby Meehan. So this movie is, in this movie we see Kyla. She is a broke student and she has mom. But we see in this movie like her brother, he passed away for some reason. And in this movie, when Kyla, she somehow, when she reactivate this like 80s game where you must play the game or you die, when she like mistakenly she activate this game, her life become like basically live or die in this movie. And however, in this game, if you finish 4 level, you will get a prize. In this movie, we see Kyla, like often we see in this movie, her mental situation. It's not always clear. Is this things happening in real life or is it in her dreams? So, there is some dilemma going on. That is said, I see this movie has really low rating on Rotten Tomatoes score. While I don't think this movie is great by any mean, I'm not saying it at all. However, I thought this movie's first act is definitely very interesting and engaging. That I found it interesting. I was like, ooh, I need to see where this game is going next, but still, when we are in this movie, when we go to approximately around level 3, that is where this movie fell apart for me. I was like, oh, what is happening? Especially last act. And the way this movie wrapped up, it was really confusing, honestly. I didn't understand at all. I was like, oh, what just happened? Like, she just won the game. What is like her next step? And we see like she's making some changes in this game. She's trying to, this game owner basically asked her like, oh, who is the next person? And she basically decided in this movie, we should pick a person who deserves the punishment. They should play this game. What do I think about this concept on this movie? Again, it is very interesting, but the way they execute in this movie often very confusing. I felt like, again, I really liked the first act. I wasn't sure where the story gonna go, although I knew how it's gonna end. Like, personally, I was thinking maybe the guy she was hanging out with, that guy is the behind this game. I was like, better not be him. He's the only good thing happening to her, looks like, because her life is pretty. Kyla's life is very hard, her mom is like basically gone half crazy after the brother death, and she's trying to, get through day by day. And when this game happened to her, although it did get exciting for her, but this game has consequences and it's really deadly. For that, I was like, that's still, I think overall this movie is kind of mixed, honestly. Like the first act you will enjoy, toward the end where this movie gets like puzzled and confusing, like that will leave audience unsatisfied. That is why this audience score for this movie is so low on Rotten Tomatoes score. But again, when it comes to Netflix movie, they're not always accurate, the audience score, I would say, personally. But that is what I thought about this movie. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this movie? If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to share my other review on another Netflix movie. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.